I wanted to know more about the association before I put my name in the hat to be a candidate for national office or even serve on the national team. So I think one of the things is really understanding the bylaws, participating in as many different national events or just-in-time webinars or things like that to get you a better understanding so that you know you'll be ready for that.
Thank you, Ann. Anybody else want to chime in on that question? If not, we'll go to the next one.
So how did you know you were ready? When you think about serving on a national, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay, yes.
Felicia Johnson, you're on mute. Are you able to talk with us? I know you're at a tennis match. Okay.
Yes, I can hear y'all. I can hear y'all and I can talk, but I am getting ready to start a match. So
that's why I wanted to go ahead and get you in now.
Yeah, what I wish I had known was the time constraints, because ABWA can be another job if you don't manage your time wisely. So be a wise time manager.
Thank you, Felicia. Anybody else want to chime in on that?
Hey, it's me. I wasn't signing up to, I think in the beginning I was signing up because I felt like I'd done so much in ABWA and I owed it to myself to kind of experience the full journey. But the value I got out of the journey was way more than I can ever anticipate, because it just exposes you to so many different types of interactions with people who are like-minded, and then people who may not be like-minded around the work that we do as volunteers. This is an unpaid job, but the expectation is that you perform as if you are being paid. And that's okay, because it helps you grow in your professionalism and how you approach different situations. It increases your network and your net worth, and the camaraderie from the team building from not just your core team, but other people from around your district or the country who really share the benefit of their best advice with you. So it really does kind of cause you to get a second box for your toolkit, because when you first start, sometimes you have all these ideas about what you can do to change the world. But what my experience was is the world changed me for the better in my experience. So if that's an offering for you guys that will help you, I hope you'll enjoy that. Is Felicia talking to us?
I mean, and
Felicia was my first president.
I was going to say, just to add to this, that when you come in, you have all these aspirations. And it was so funny because when Tarina was on our board, you know, we had all these plans of the things we want to do, this long list of stuff. Well, why don't we do that? But you have only a certain amount of time that you can make changes. So you want to find out what's the biggest impact you can make in the time that you have. And I've always been a proponent of succession planning. So you want to pass on those things that you didn't quite complete to the next board, so you can have some continuity across boards and you don't lose those things. So, you know, I hope that's helpful.
Thank you, Felicia. All right, next question.
How did you grow during your service?
I could answer that if you like.
Sure.
Okay, first of all, let me tell you.
I didn't hear the question.
Cindy, can you repeat it?
Yeah, how did you grow during your service?
Okay, and I would be happy to answer that. First of all, as many of you probably know, I had not been in the association very long when I had decided that perhaps I could run for DVP. And I came to that decision by listening to Felicia Johnson at Winter Warm-Up. You know, she planted the seed in me that made me think, you know what? I have had years of leadership experience. Could I really, really be a leader in ABWA? And when I heard what Felicia said about being a leader, I knew that I had the ability. I might not have known the product because, to be honest with you, I didn't know what a KRA was. I didn't know what SBMEF was. I knew none of that. I just knew that I had found an association that I really, really felt at home in right away. And I knew that I had a skill set if I had the courage to step forward. And I also knew this, and this is a fact. I knew I was not going to be there alone. I knew that from the start, just based on a couple of years of membership in ABWA. And have I grown over that period of time? Oh, yes, I have. You know, I thought I knew all about leadership, but you know what? You never know everything about everything. And I have just been fortunate to have mentors within this association that really has helped me grow. It's just amazing. You know, I thought I had done as much in life as I was going to do. And I found out, no, that I still had more to do. And I just felt like I was ready. And it's just helped me so much just to be even a better leader. And also to be able to have the opportunity to be a leader in such an awesome association. So, and never alone. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Thank you, Madam President. Margaret Davis, you have a question.
I just wanted to piggyback and add to that. ABWA has helped me find my voice. ABWA has helped me to understand, to stand in my power as a woman and lead in anything that I do and everything that I do. Put the thought of me first and how important it is to me, and then move forward with the idea that I have, and let everybody know that my idea does matter because I have a voice and I'm going to use it. And ABWA has given me that power.
All
Thank
right,
you.
our future leader. Thank you. Thank you for chiming in, Margaret.
I'd like to say something. I have not been a national officer, but I can tell you that ABWA has stretched me outside of my comfort zone, where a lot of times I may not think I have the skill sets. You know, we all have that imposter syndrome from time to time, as we talked about earlier. But what I do is I do it in fear. So even if we got to be ready, we got to stay ready, I understand. But as we continue to grow and stretch ourselves, we got to do it in fear. And it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to stumble, because that's how we continue to grow.
Thank you. I agree.
You're welcome.
I agree. I like one of my favorite quotes is, "Oh, thank God I'm not perfect." So just in case I slip up, which I will, then that kind of covers me. All right. Okay. Who has our next question?
So when you decided to become a candidate, how did you prepare? What did you do to prepare for that leadership journey towards national office?
I can answer part of that if
Okay. And then I want to get Rachelle in. Okay, go ahead, Felicia.
Well, let Rachelle go ahead.
Both of y'all can answer, but Rachelle,
Okay,
you want to take it first? Take the question
Let me
first.
tell you how I prepared, because the first time I
Okay.
ran, I ran only because we were trying to make sure we had 3 candidates in District 1. And so when I ran that time, I like I said, I was just trying to fill a slot, right? But through that journey and visiting chapters and talking with people and leaders and interacting with my sisters that I was running with, I learned that I had a voice, as the young lady just said, and that what I said mattered. And I had some value that I could add to the organization. So the next time I ran, I got my people around me. I listened to those that had served before. I was open to learn. I mean, as Cheryl said, we have served in leadership roles in our professions, but we don't know it all, and we can always learn from others. So I would listen to others. I would talk to them. I would watch people. I was a people watcher. I mean, people think I talk a lot, which I do. I can go, but I can sit back and watch people and learn from that. So that was big. Be a people watcher. Watch how people respond and learn how to interact with different people where they are, not necessarily where you are.
Thank you, Felicia. Great. That's great input. Thank you. Madam National Vice President. Can you hear us, Rochelle? Okay.
I want to answer a question that Dr. DJ asked. And she asked the question, when did you know? Or how did you know? And that's a great question, because when I was asked, I knew that I wanted to run at some point in time. But when I was asked, that wasn't the time that I was looking at it. And it took me a while to answer the question, because I had to figure out why I was going to run. Once you figure out, and Felicia shared it, she said, when everybody has something to offer, everybody brings something to the table. And you already know that. But once you are confident within yourself that what you can offer in the team atmosphere, and if you really have come here to this place and this organization to connect, learn, and grow, that's why we're here on a national stage. The only way to be able to do that in leadership is to jump. And Dr. Gize said it, jump in fear, jump in knowing, whatever it is. But in order to have the opportunity to be able to learn leadership and be a part of leadership on a greater stage, that comes to succession in ABWA. And that starts with District 1 Vice President. And once I took a look at that, and I knew, yes, I could do this, and that I was going to give it my all. When you decide that you're going to give it your all, and what that platform would be, not to run, but the platform that you believe in your heart is right for the members that you'll be serving, because you're running for a position to serve the members, not yourself. You are part of ABWA to be a member, but when you're serving in your chapter in leadership or on the board in leadership, you're committing to serve the members. That commitment is for that year. And once you've made up into your mind, well, I made up in my mind that if I was chosen, that I would commit myself to serve the members as a part of a team for the goal, what is called KRA or whatever the acronym is, for the betterment of the association. I was clear on the mission. I was clear on the core values. I say to each candidate, go back, read the mission. Go back, read the core values of ABWA. You first ask yourself, do you believe in that? Not as a candidate, but as a member. Do you believe in what ABWA has to offer? I was sold out. I am sold out on what ABWA has to offer me as a member, what it has to offer my chapter as a founding member, and what it has to offer the members of the association. If you believe in that, and that's where it begins, if you believe in that, then you can serve. You can serve. And I go back to what Janice said. She said, every step of the way, Cindy and Dr. DJ has been there on her journey. The complete time. All of us as a board member, we've been there for each other as a part of this journey. And then you have your district, you have your chapter, and you have your core team. And that team doesn't mean campaign team. That means those people that you can call on. Kathy can tell you how many times have I called on Kathy, but understand this, me calling Kathy didn't start when I became a candidate. Me making calls to Kathy started when I became a member. Because as a member, she showed herself as someone that really wanted to support Rachelle and Rachelle's journey in ABWA. Felicia, Trina, how many times have I called? Okay, so each person that's on here that's looking at running, it first starts from you and your belief in yourself and your abilities. Secondly, knowing that you're not alone, but you have to know that you believe in the core values and mission of ABWA. If you do, then take the jump.
Absolutely. Thank you, Rachelle. Thank you.
My pleasure.